Hello everyone, thank you and welcome. I'm going to discuss how does a thesis statement work with an outline. So, when we have a thesis statement, we have been given a writing prompt or a topic to write about. When we want to tackle this writing assignment, oftentimes it really helps us to work with organizing our thoughts. Now, I'm a fan of using pre-writing skills pre-writing strategies, such as brainstorming, listing, clustering. These all help us gather our thoughts together. So once we have done our brainstorming and put everything we have in our thoughts on paper, it makes it easier to organize how you want to set up your essay. How are you going to move from one topic to the next, or should I say, not necessarily topic, subject to the next? So many times our topic, we will have several subjects within inside that topic, and then we'll move from one to the next. The thesis statement is key to this, often referred to as the essay's map. When I teach this in class, I like to do this big map on the board and talk about, I'm from Nebraska originally, and then we go into like how does it work and with a legend to a map and how the legend, is a thesis statement of your essay. And I go into this big presentation, but for this purposes, to be to the point, I have written out an example outline. Why? Because many students have this organization problem when they want to tackle a paper. Now, I see this from K-12 and to higher ed, and I predominantly work with higher ed at this point. So when you're given your topic, you are given a topic and you are supposed to write it. Most people just want to write it by what they're thinking or how they talk, and they want to write it down as it comes out of them. That's great if you're doing something that's informal, maybe like an informal blog or just talking to share information with someone. But there is an organization that needs to happen at the academic level. We use outlines to help us get there. So we are going to review just your 5-paragraph outline, the easiest, introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and conclusion. So as you see here, I have some introduction information, and it says introduce the topic, give a general background information, pique your audience interest. Why is this important information or a valuable topic? So I usually give something of a background. I can put a definition in here. I can put a famous quote in here. I can start with my basic knowledge and move into what others may think about it. I do want to keep this brief depending on the size length of my essay. Since we're doing a 5-paragraph, usually those are between 3 and 5 pages, and you can still keep it brief. For the introduction here, these are the ideas that you should probably pull out within the first part of your paragraph. Now you'll notice in red here, and I did color code this, and if you have a color, what do I mean? If you have a where you can't see the eye colors, I apologize because that is an issue with some portion of the population. But this is color coded for those of you who can see colors. So and who are not colorblind is the word I'm looking for. So here I have in red, just pointed out here, thesis statement. And I wrote this in red with some combining colors that match the paragraphs below. Why? Because I want you to see how this particular sentence or statement is going to line up with the rest of your outline. So it says enter thesis statement here. Why do I say that? Because at the end of your introduction, it's not a hard rule of 100% of the time. It's 85, 90% of the time. If you're a beginner writer, you want to put your thesis statement at the last part of your introduction paragraph. As you develop writing, you may have a longer thesis statement. You may have some areas where you're able to, really systematically put out there a system of words that make up this thesis statement that goes to a 12-page paper or whatever it may be. Great. I'm glad that's a tool for you to use in that area, but at this point in time, I do want to just get to the basics of the thesis statement. So as you can see, part of this thesis statement is written in red. That's just to get your attention and to say, hey, I'm here. This is a thesis statement. The other part is green at the end, and the next part is orange and blue. As you can see, this green matches the green here in the body paragraphs. So this green is saying, whatever you write in your thesis statement, there should be a part of that sentence that goes into your body paragraph 1. Why? Because their topic of body paragraph 1 technically would be at the end. Topic of body paragraph 2 would be part of that thesis statement here that says of the first. This is just completely made up, but it's really a visual for you at this point in time. We'll look at the example below. It would make a little more sense of particular words you could use and how you could use them. But at this point in time, visually, you want to see that the blue is going to introduce us to our subject for paragraph 3. So whatever you put in this thesis statement, this enter all the way down to the end of this paragraph where my cursor's blinking, whatever you put in that line, and like the little note says, it's usually the last sentence, you want to make sure you have a piece of that thesis statement at your topic sentence for paragraph 2, topic sentence for paragraph 3, topic sentence for paragraph 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then you have a conclusion. It restates the thesis statement. Use an idea from each paragraph, these paragraphs right here that I'm waving, paragraph 1, 2, and 3. Use an idea from each paragraph, and end with a call to action or something your audience should think strongly about or reflect about. How does this work? So let's say that I got an assignment from an instructor that said, okay, we want you to tell us how alternative transportation is being used in different cities across the U.S. Okay, so the title is Supporting Alternative Transportation in the Many Cities or in Inner Cities. So something like that. That's, let's say, my prompt. If it was an actual title, it would be capitalized and it would be okay, sorry about that. It would be capitalized, the S, the A, the T, and the M, and the C, because it's a real title. This is an example paper. I'm giving you just an idea of what to write about. So an example outline. So introduction. If I was gonna write about alternative transportation, this means different ways people can get around in an inner city. I chose inner cities because, bigger cities usually have and need this a little bit more than smaller cities, but it's nice to see everywhere. So if my introduction is my topic, I'm going to write this whole paper, something about alternative transportation, and I want to, in the introduction paragraph, let them know, why is this important? Why is this valuable? What information or background do I need? Why is there a need for alternative transportation? Why is that important in this day and age? Because, carbon emissions or climate change, or just we want to take care of our planet and we just want to breathe healthy air because many people are getting asthma. I don't know what the reasons are. You can put your reasons within your first introduction paragraph. And you could say something like this. Here's red because we're beginning our thesis statement, and here's the different parts. Alternative transportation is emerging in many urban cities who are utilizing rechargeable scooters and electric bicycles by providing more open areas for pedestrians. So I'm going to be talking about alternative 2 ways. I pulled out the subject of rechargeable scooters and electric bicycles. Remember, once again, the thesis statement is usually the last sentence. You're getting ready to tell me when you're writing that paper and you finish that first paragraph, you're getting ready to tell me who's your audience, what you're getting ready to write about. And I said in green, utilizing rechargeable scooters, electric bicycles, and then we said open areas for pedestrians. So pedestrians are people. They usually are walking. They could be riding. They could be skating. They could be, doing anything, jogging. So paragraph 1, according to my thesis statement up here, according to what I have highlighted up here, I'm going to, this is my thesis statement, everything I just highlighted in gray. I'm going to use this sentence to tell you what's in my paragraph 2, my first body paragraph, paragraph 3, paragraph 4. Now I'm saying paragraph 2, 3, and 4 following the Roman numerals. Technically, it's paragraph 1 of your real body and 2 and 3. So don't get caught up in the numbers, symbols of Roman numerals or the numbers. It's just to help you organize to where your thoughts are going to go. Hopefully you can see how with this thesis statement beginning in red, how the portion of it in green is my topic for the next paragraph. Next, my portion in orange is a topic for the second paragraph. And then blue is just specifically going to be about providing more open areas. This could be sidewalks, bike trails, whatever I want to bring up in that area. Why? Because they are facilitating this alternative transportation. Then I go to conclusion, restate the thesis statement, do some sort of call to action or reflection, something to strongly think about. This is just a brief area on how you could say, wow, I want to improve how this thesis statement really helps me organize my outline for writing. Now, this is a very basic and simple area that I would choose for high school or, like I said, freshman English courses. And I want you to take a look at this. It's going to be available for you to print or download if you're looking at the website. But it is available for you to kind of use it as an example to go over in class to see how they parse out to each paragraph, to each section. And I hope this was really helpful to you. Thank you very much for joining me. Have a great day.